Hi, everyone. Hope you're doing well. So, this particular time, I'm going to talk about something other than ChatGPT and AI and generative AI, which is dominating everyone's thoughts these days. We have just entered 2023. 2022 was not one of our favorite years, especially for tech. Almost, I believe, 30 trillion US dollars were wiped out from the stock market, and tech had a huge role to play. Meta, Apple, Amazon, Tesla, Google, all down between 30 to 70%. Everyone laying off, latest being Microsoft with 10,000 people. Uh, Facebook laid off 11,000 people. And so many pundits and investors and commentators are bemoaning this end of growth and talking about this new dark age descending on technology. Well, is there a light at the end of this dark tunnel? I think there is. I'm actually an optimist about 2023, but not in the way you think. It's not about Bitcoin crossing $70,000 again or Apple becoming a $5 trillion company. No. In fact, I think that if those things don't happen, that's actually good. And so this particular talk of mine, if I may say so, is a little philosophical and kind of goes back to first principles. Think about technology, for example. When we think of technology, we think of ChatGPT, Google search, metaverse, blockchain, etc. We have narrowed down the definition of technology too much. If you actually see what technology means, its Greek root is actually techne, which means art, skill, craft, or the manner by which a thing is gained or it is made. In ancient Greek, in fact, it meant knowledge on how to make things. And therefore was much bigger. It included architecture, for example, sculpture, art, even writing was all a part of technology. And then technology was actually a subset of science, which was much bigger than technology. And then science in itself was a subset of philosophy. It was a branch of philosophy. The first scientists and mathematicians were actually all philosophers. They were called natural philosophers because they looked at nature, they marveled at the wonders of nature and tried to explain them through logical scientific methods. Pythagoras, of the famous theorem, was a philosopher. So was Aryabhatta, so was Bertrand Russell in recent times. But somewhere along the way, we've kind of narrowed down technology too much, forgotten this connection between science and technology and philosophy. Now we think of it more as coding or microchips and even the economy. However, if you think of the wider definition of technology, 2022 was a great year. We put up a telescope the size of 2 tennis courts, 2 million miles up in space. And this Webb telescope is now helping us peer back nearly 15 billion years to witness the birth of the universe. Physicists and biologists manipulated human cells' own mRNA protein to act as a weapon to thwart the deadliest virus in recent times. And now we're trying to look at mRNA to fight even deadlier diseases like cancer. The first credible drug discovery against Alzheimer's was announced. And then a month later came this absolutely mind-blowing announcement about achieving net zero in nuclear fusion, which could give us hope for unlimited clean energy, in some sense solve global warming. As they say, we managed to capture the sun in a bottle. And so there's a lot to be optimistic about. But my reason for optimism goes even one level deeper than this. Now think about it. There's a pattern emerging here. The James Webb Telescope was a state-funded NASA project. It didn't come from a private company. It was a nuclear fusion, capturing bottle in the sun, was actually done by government scientists at the Federal Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory in California, government funded. mRNA, while it was finished by private companies, it drew on decades of academic research by Katalin Karikó and others. Even think of ChatGPT. It was created by OpenAI, which was originally structured as a not-for-profit. DeepMind was also structured as a research lab, and that's what brought us this amazing protein folding predictive technology. And while now OpenAI and DeepMind are far more into becoming profit generating. I think they did their best work when they were actually just purely for research labs. And so for me, this is very significant because since eons, the primary purpose of science and technology has been to advance humankind, not to be a tool for capitalism to create $1 billion companies. Our species, Homo sapiens, separated itself from others and became dominant because we had knowledge on how to make things, technology. There was a selflessness and joy about discovering and creating things, which we seem to have lost somewhere in this new economic model of crazily monetizing technology. Alexander Fleming, when he accidentally discovered penicillin, he refused to patent it, saved millions of lives. Volvo, a for-profit company, did not patent the 3-point seat belt, saved millions more. Jonas Salk refused to patent the polio vaccine. Tim Berners-Lee does not own the World Wide Web, though he invented it. He open sourced it. And so perhaps I'm being too hopeful, but with this great stuff coming out of government, federal, university, research, not for profit, along with this tech crash happening, I'm hoping that perhaps from 2022 we start seeing this trend where technology shakes off capitalism's grasp or its yoke. Look, Tesla's stock might crash and burn, but Elon Musk would have succeeded in converting the entire automobile industry to electric and help fight the war against global warming. Somewhere in this wreckage of Twitter and the neglect of Facebook, hopefully a new kind of social network emerges, not just for creating massive profits, but to bring people together in an actual global town square. And so as we kind of sift the economic debris of 2022, we would hopefully rediscover science and technology as it was meant to be. I told you this one would be a little philosophical, but as you might see, I'm very passionate about it, and hopefully we see this happening. I would love to hear from you if you agree with me or you think I'm probably smoking something like Elon Musk does.